Hello, scrapbookers. So this is Katie Scott with Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking, and this is the sketch part 2. So what I've done is started it, and now we're going to finish it. It's a pretty simple sketch. You need one photo. I've substituted 2 for 1, and this is what I've gotten so far. This is based on an Emily Pitts sketch, and I've used polka dotted paper just like she did. And then I used 2 photos instead of 1 because I am a fan of as many photos as possible. I don't like white space. I'll admit it. I know that's not a popular opinion, but I just don't. So here's where I am so far. So it says this week on Boca Ciega Bay, and that's my daughter, and we're paddleboarding. And my shocking thing this week is I saw a shark. So while I was on my paddleboard, we're in the kayak here, so we're slightly safer. And I realize you're not seeing this as well as you could, but so one of my tricks is, oops, just get a blank piece here so you can see a little bit better. Here we go. Is that I made these titles first, and so I did that while I was watching TV, and I didn't have enough letters for everything, so I'm making a Q into an A. Q and A. That's funny, right? Okay, so there's my shark, and I have kind of like made the letters all go together, so it's not as easy to read as it could be, but oh well. Okay, so here we go, and I want the shark to go like, I'm not, so this is where I'm kind of following her sketch, but I'm not. So my shark is going to, part of my title is going to go down here. And I wanted to get the bigger letters in first, and then I've got a whole bunch that will go right over my photos. Because we didn't only see a shark, we also saw other things. We saw dolphin and stingray and all sorts of things like that. So that's where I am so far. Sorry, you're getting a little glare. And I think I spelled dolphin right. I spelled it and then I thought, that doesn't look right. So I'm going to put the dolphin, stingray. I should put the stingray down first because I think it's longer. I'm going to put that in the sky over the photo, and I totally botched that. Here we go. Stingray. So I'm deviating from her sketch in that I've used 2 photos instead of 1, and then I am writing over the photo with my title, which is my new favorite thing to do. I'm also making, I'm just going to turn that around for a second here. I'm also using up, I wanted to put the number of stingray that we saw, but I forgot about that. So I'm going to move everything over, and if you don't tack it down too tightly, there is some wiggle room with the letter stickers. Okay, so my story of the day is this. I purged 12 inches of paper, 12 by 12 paper, 12 inches of it. So like 1 square foot of paper, solid paper, and I was going to bring it into my kids' school, and I'm still going to do that, but in the meantime I thought, well, let me just bring it into work and see if anybody in there wants it. I work with a lot of my teammates at work are also moms, and so I thought, okay, so I also made a Y out of an L and an I. Ta-da! I thought maybe they'd, want to bring some of it home for their kids and stuff like that. And so I told my workmate Kelly about it, and she was like all on board. I'm thinking we're going to have to do more than 1 video. So this is part 2. There might be a part 3 for the embellishments. I'm thinking there probably will be. Okay, so I saw 10 stingray. 10 stingray. Oh, that's 0 is too big. I need a smaller I'll use an O, because I don't want to bump. I'm going to have to bump it over again. Okay, measure twice, stick once. But you really can move things around even once they're down, so. But I usually like to just stick it and pick it and stick it. But sometimes, for the sake of aligning things or making things look pretty, which is one thing we want to do on the scrapbook page, I will unstick things and put them back down where they ought to be. Okay, so I brought in my 12-inch by 12-inch by 12-inch cube of pattern paper, and I told Kelly all about it. Now Kelly's a knitter, and she's crafty, but she's not a scrapbooker at my office. And so I told her about it and said, oh, I've got all this paper, do you want some? And she's like, oh, absolutely, I would love to have some paper. So I said, okay, let me get it. And I put it in our break room, and I don't think the others were there yet. And so I'm going to put that here. 10 stingray, 8 dolphin, and a shark, it's going to say. And so I've spaced that out a little funky because I want to see the fin, which is actually a dolphin, but looks kind of like a shark. Anyways, and so in the other room, I overhear her explaining it to Tanika, who also works with us, and Tanika's like, what is that? You know, what's this, just a bunch of paper? And I hear Kelly say, it's not just paper, it's scrapbooking paper. It's magical, delicious. It will help you with your friends and family and make you bond with your kids and tell your parents how much you appreciate. Like, she was just going on and on and on. It was so funny, and just like made me think I should share my love of scrapbooking, not just with all of my online friends, but also with the people I know in real life. So if you have tons of old scrapbooking supplies that you just think are so, not trendy anymore, share it with some of your real life friends, because they'll love it. And they'll have no idea that it's not trendy anymore. Seriously. They'll be just happy to get it. And she could identify with that because she's a knitter, and knitters are snobby about what kind of knitting, what kind of yarn they use. I've got to move the shark over. Jump in the shark here. Okay, so everything's going to move over just a little bit. I'm going to pause, and then I will be back for part 3 to do the embellishments. So I'm on YouTube. I'm Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking. My name is Katie Scott. I also have a TypePad blog where I sometimes, but not all the time, blog about all of my scrapbooking adventures. And I had to show Tanika what a scrapbook page was, so I Googled myself and showed her that way. Okay, that doesn't really look like a number 1. I want this to look like a real number 1. Okay, so I will be right back because I'm running out of juice on the what do you call it? YouTube. Okay, random YouTube scrapbook videos. I hope you click on this one and don't think it's the generic "oh that sucks" video on YouTube. I hope this is like slightly better than my normal. Anyways, I'm Katie Scott with Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking, and I'll be right back.